talked about MJF. House of Wrestling reporting this week that several WWE sources believe that MJF has already re-signed with AEW. They believe that deal is through 2027. Does the end of MJF's free agency change his story for you guys?
No, because the only time it's really been mentioned is in he hasn't mentioned it on screen outside of the press conference, right? And it was almost a throwaway when he mentioned, because he sits down, and I don't think you get that emotional as he did unless you're sticking around, right? Because obviously this place, something meant a lot to you, and AEW clearly means a lot. And then he realized what was going on and quickly said, well, as long as Tony pays me a bunch of money. I'm not shocked by this speculation that he has already re-signed with AEW. I think that makes a ton of sense, especially with him retaining. Look, you could still take the belt off of him in any sort of storyline, or even if he wasn't under contract on the 30th. But with World's End and the last pay-per-view of the year before his contract expires. But I don't think you let him be your 360 be champion for a full year and then see him walk out the door. I think they're pretty confident he's sticking around if he hasn't already signed. And it doesn't change the story. You can just kind of pivot and make him an even longer champion if that's what you want to do. But it hasn't really been a part of the story a ton on screen if you're watching Collision, Dynamite, etc.
Yeah, the crying told me everything I need to know because it was just unusual, the amount of emotion from MJF. He's usually a guy that's ranting and raving and being a heel. Even as a babyface, he could be a smartass. But the way he came across after that match, I mean, it was so emotional. And it's kind of like, yeah, that's just weird to me. That sounds like a guy that's going to be staying, and there's maybe a secret handshake deal. Maybe. Again, I know it's been rampant speculation about that, but I think that when you're that emotional and you have that kind of tie and you speak favorably for the company, I mean, he said a lot of good things about AEW. He hadn't done that before, so it makes me think that he's going to stay for a while.